Happy Patriots Day and welcome to a Monday edition, a marathon Monday edition of Red Sox Now. I'm your host, Mike Antonellis, here on YouTube. We have to ask you before we get going here to like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever so we can get those likes and subscriptions bumped up so we can bring even bigger and better content to you. I'm one of the radio and TV broadcasters for the Worcester Red Sox, who are, by the way, will be home for back-to-back 6-game series. So if you're in the New England area and would love to see Roman Anthony or Marcelo Meyer, Meyer had 13 RBIs, by the way, on the Woo Sox recent series. Come on out to Polar Park. But we've got a lot to talk about. The Red Sox are in the midst of a long homestand. The streak ended, and I understand people's frustrations when you lose to the Chicago White Sox. Big League Baseball, man. Sean Burke, the Sutton, Mass native. That's where my sister lives with her husband and two beautiful girls. Sean Burke gave up one earned run over 5 innings. There's a ton of Massachusetts guys on that White Sox team. But I think if you're Chicago, a lot of these guys, when they wake up in the morning, they're a major leaguer. They're not really concerned about their record or who they're playing. And I think you do get a built-up excitement when you play at Fenway Park. And these games have been tough. Even the 2 wins for the Red Sox, grinding it out. But the game on Sunday, they had a 4-2 lead through 2. It was interesting. Willie Abreu was called on a pitch that looked like a ball. It could have had a big inning, real big inning. And the Red Sox just didn't do anything after that. They had 6 hits, but I always feel 4 runs is enough to win. The bullpen struggled. Kelly gave up 3 runs. Liam Hendricks gave up 2. We'll talk more about that. But the guy that was so good was Tanner Houck. And this was really good to see coming off that disaster in Tampa Bay. Houck went 6, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a home run. But that was really good stuff to see. Houck threw 89 pitches, 58 were strikes. And these are things, I get it. The White Sox lineup was not Tampa Bay. But still, the pitch location for Houck in all of his starts and even in spring training have not been great. So for me, it doesn't matter who you face. And it was good to see him really ramp it up and get better. All right, what does the 2000 Red Sox mean to the city? So much. That should be a question mark, by the way. They mean so much. The David Ortiz, iconic, this is our bleeping city, will live on. That 2013 team means a lot because those guys, I remember all of this, and I'll go back and tell a little story. It was 2:49 on that day when we think about the 2013 and 12 years ago when this happened. 2:49, I'm in Binghamton, New York, going from the hotel onto the bus. My phone is exploding with updates. I get on the bus, I see Travis Shaw there, and I said, I think something's going on in Boston. And then we all figured it out within minutes. And that was probably one of the worst days I've ever had in baseball. Visibly distracted, did not want to call the game that night, did not want to be in Binghamton, New York, wanted to be home. That was a really tough thing to go through. I was able to reach out to some of the coaches who were there, make sure they're safe, and then they flew out after for Detroit, I believe, and when they came home, they had that iconic win. But man, that 2013 team, and Will Middlebrooks talked a lot about it on the radio this weekend, and what that team means to the city, and really built the statue. The statue was pretty much, I think, in, do we say it was in pencil or pen for David Ortiz? After that speech that no one knew he was going to do, put him as more than a player. Big Papi, big presence, amazing guy. And you can't help but think of some of the tragedies and also the heroics of people who did so many great things at the finish line. There was and I won't mention his name, but I know a Red Sox trainer who was there and helped a lady who was injured and then became friends with her and went to her wedding. Really a great story. And I remember him telling me that, and wow. So it's interesting now here in Massachusetts we know the Patriots Day is iconic, going all the way back to our history with Paul Revere. and with the marathon and how great that is, and also what happened here. So it has a couple of different layers to it, but it really means so much to the city, and we'll all be watching. We'll be watching the Red Sox bullpen. I would love to see Nick Birdy in the bullpen in Boston. I think Zach Kelly has had some really rough outings. Nick Birdy made the Yankees last year and then got hurt. This is a really good arm. I've seen a lot of him in Worcester. He's an older guy, but big league experience, a lot of big league experience, can get it up to 98. And I think the Red Sox will make some changes. You know, Lou Merloni made a good point yesterday. It's very interesting that the Red Sox did not keep Cam Booser. If you think about it, Booser or Bernardino, I think I'd rather have Cam Booser, to be honest. But I think we'll see a roster move with Nick Birdy. I we'll see. I could be wrong. He's not on the 40-man, so there'll have to be some wiggle room. But I think the Red Sox need to make a couple changes there, and that would be one with Birdy as well. This was terrific to see. I had a front row seat for 2 games when Liam Hendriks rehabbed with the Worcester Red Sox. I mean, Liam's gone through so much. He rehabbed in Worcester. He rehabbed in Portland. 681 days, and he's finally back. Now, it wasn't a great inning. He will tell you that. He said, hey, I left my fastball up to a fastball hitter, and Andrew Vaughn hit a home run with 1 out. He went 1 inning, 3 hits, 2 runs. I thought he had pretty good command, and the stuff was pretty good. He just left a couple pitches up. Not easy when you miss that much time. 15 of 24 pitches were strikes. He did have a strikeout in that loss, but good to have him back. What a story. 681 days without pitching. We know he's been through so much, and what a terrific guy who bought the Woo Sox a coffee barista when he was rehabbing in the minors. And then when he went to Double-A to rehab in Hartford, Connecticut, he rented food trucks for the game day workers and the staff and the players. Just amazing stuff. And good to have him back on the mound. So the Red Sox on Monday going for the series win. Then they welcome in Seattle. This is a nice long 7-game homestand. The Red Sox were 4-3 on their first Fenway stand, and a chance to win this series before Seattle comes in with Cal Raleigh, who's hit 9 home runs. That's a really interesting Seattle club. There's a lot of guys on that club that I like for Seattle, and they played some great baseball. They're 12-10 entering Monday. They beat Seattle on Sunday. Of course, we know the J-Rod show and Julio Rodriguez, Raleigh, Arozarena, Garver, Rowdy Tellez. We know about it. Oh, man, he kills the Red Sox. And they got some good arms as well. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to a Monday 11-10 Red Sox game against the White Sox. So that will do it for another edition of Red Sox Now here on YouTube, presented by Fan Arch. We thank the gang there. I'm Mike Antonellis. I ask you before I go if you would comment, like, subscribe, or you could subscribe, like, and comment. Or you could like, you know the deal. Please do that. We appreciate you watching. Have yourself a great day. We'll have more of Red Sox Now on Tuesday. Take care, everyone.